everybody, it's Toronto Guy here for another homemade, the word of the day, homemade episode of Toronto Guy Cooks. Today, we are making something. It was one of the first things I made when I started taking my cooking seriously back in 2015. Well, you saw it. We are making an amazing homemade tomato sauce. We're gonna have pasta with it, but homemade tomato sauce. We're not doing it the Jimmy way. We're doing it the real way, okay? This guy's way. Okay, there's only one thing from a can in this entire recipe that I'm doing. Now you don't have to follow what I'm doing. Add your own bits and bobs. Homemade, that's why it's homemade, all right? So now, I'm pumped. This is gonna be so good because this homemade tomato sauce, you can just eat as is. And when you do it the way I'm doing with just fresh vegetables, you can eat all of it, man. There's like hardly any fat in there. It's awesome. I'm gonna be adding ground beef, but yeah, what you gonna do? Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start. I got my big old stock pot, my Christmas stock pot. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to it. There we go. Excellent. We're gonna start off with our little bit of base. Little bit of base, yeah. We're gonna start off, we got some onions. This is 2 medium onions, nice and roughly chopped. Let's coat the bottom of the pot. There we go. Add these onions. Got 2 of them, just roughly chopped. And we're gonna add roughly chopped garlic. This is a whole bulb of garlic, baby. We're making a bunch of sauce, man. So we're using a whole bulb, all roughly chopped. There we go, excellent. Oh, it already smells amazing. That's how good a cook I am. Let's give it a quick mix up. Now, what I haven't said yet is based on the tomatoes, okay? Let me show you something. Right here we have a bunch of tomatoes already chopped up, roughly, because that's how I do it. Now it may not look like much. Why? Because the other half is currently roasting in the oven, baby. We're going one half as is, the other half roasted with some with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. It's got another 14 minutes to go. I prefer to use plum/Roma tomatoes, but the market across the street, they had plum Roma tomatoes, but they were still in that not ripe yet phase. You could tell because they were still transitioning between green and red color. So I went with these, which are on the vine tomatoes, baby. Yeah, that's right, baby. So fresh, they're still on the vine. These came with about 4 or 5 per vine. Awesome. So let me just show you what I did with these ones. I took off the vine. There we go. I also removed the sphincter. I call this the sphincter. Let me remove, well, first we gotta wash it. Let's remove the sphincter. Actually, before we do that, I want to destroy the Freeman bowl. We'll show you it on camera. First, let's clean this. There we go. Got our miracle blade. There we go. Remove the sphincter. Cut it in half. And then you can just do it roughly, or however coarse or awesomely, whatever you want to do. Boom. Into the Freeman bowl. Bada boom, bada bing. You clean you off and take a hike. Now we're going to continue frying up our onions and garlic. It's already smelling excellent. Fresh ingredients, the way it should be. Unlike Jimmy and his jars of Jimminess. All right. Just fry this up for a couple minutes. Very good. Now you can of course chop the onions and everything else, the tomatoes, as delicately as you want. I like my pasta sauce chunky. I want to see stuff in there. So we're gonna see everything. It's gonna be awesome. And now we're gonna add some more to our base before we add the Freeman tomatoes. We'll just call them the Freeman tomatoes since they're not roasting. So we don't want to overcook the onions and the garlic. You don't want to overcook garlic because then it'll burn and be like, where's the garlicky taste? It's gone, you burned it. We're gonna add some chopped, sliced mushrooms to get in there. That's right, nice and chopped. Excellent. See, look how big they are. As I said, man, I want to see stuff in my food. Right on. Yes. Now, good thing about mushrooms is if you want to just fry up mushrooms on your own, just as is, mushrooms have liquid inside them, water inside them. So as you cook them longer, they give off liquid. So it's going to add to the liquefaction of our sauce, of our base in here, which is awesome. As they get soft and cookied. on this homemade episode of Toronto Guy Cooks as we get closer to episode 100. I think this is 93, so we're getting closer. Keep leaving your suggestions, man. I haven't had any suggestions since the first time I brought this up. More suggestions, man. I still don't know what I'm gonna make. Okay, and something Asian is not a suggestion. What do you want me to make? A bowl of white rice? That's something Asian, stereotypically. Be creative, just not too out of the friggin' ballpark. Toronto Guy, I'd like you to make a foie gras duck with a what the hell are those things called? Those expensive friggin' mushroom things. Not macaroon. You know what I mean? With those and some friggin' shark eyeball soup. Come on, just be reasonable. All right? Even if it's lasagna, I've not made lasagna. First of all, I haven't made lasagna on Toronto Guy Cooks. I haven't made lasagna in years, over a decade. So maybe I'll just do that, but not your typical lasagna. Maybe I'll make an Asian lasagna. Something Asian. Come on, people. 10 minutes for the roasted tomatoes. All right. Now, before we add the Freeman tomatoes, last night I roasted 1 sweet red pepper and 1 sweet yellow pepper. Put them in a little baggie in the fridge overnight. This morning, removed the skin, chopped them up, and here they go. Right on. Roasted peppers in our homemade tomato sauce. Give that a mix up as the pot is trying to escape the awesomeness. I don't know why it is. Love it. Oh, I can smell the mushrooms now, baby. They're getting along. Everybody's getting along in here. Love it. You know what it smells like? It smells like when you order a pizza and it's delivered. If your pizza has mushrooms on it, as I try to get rid of these little vine flakes. When you first walk into a pizza place and you can smell the deluxe being made, that's what it smells like in here right now with these mushrooms and onions and everything. Oh my god, it smells like a pizza shop. It's awesome. Maybe make pizza lasagna for episode 100. There's an idea. Ground beef, cheese, slices of pepperoni, mushroom. Oh, I wonder if that would work. I gotta think about that. All right. Give these another cook as we continue to cook up our veggies before we add our Freeman tomatoes. Now to this, we're also gonna add some ground beef. I got a pound of ground beef. We're gonna add 2 little cans, these are the only thing that are canned, of tomato paste, which, let's look at the ingredients. What's the ingredients of this tomato paste? Oh, there we go. Ingredients, tomatoes. There we go. They just happen to be in a can. And we're also going to add bay leaf, some salt and pepper, red wine, since I got red wine still left over. I don't drink it, I cook with it. And over here, we have a whole bunch of fresh basil, already washed, just waiting to be chopped, which we're gonna add. We're also probably gonna add some dried oregano. It's gonna be an amazing friggin' sauce. You can also add chopped carrots, celery, green pepper, just experiment. There's probably not gonna, as of right this second, there might not be much of a description in the recipe down below. All you really need to know is the basic. Tomatoes, rock and roll. But if you're using onions and stuff, cook all that up first and then add your tomatoes. Give your onions and your garlic and your mushrooms and your other vegetables a chance to just bond and infuse together before you add the tomato sauce or the tomatoes. Right on. Looking good. Oh, smells amazing. 7 minutes. Let's add our Freeman tomatoes. Get in there. That's right, even all you silly juices. Right on. Now these tomatoes, as they cook, they're gonna shrivel down. As you can see, I still have the skin on them. They're gonna get soft, they're gonna shrivel, and as they cook and you stir, I prefer to use a wooden spoon, but I don't have a wooden spoon. I forgot to pick one up. I used to have one, but it broke because I'm just such a beast. But a wooden spoon is a lot easier. As the tomatoes cook and they get softer, the sauce is gonna become more of a thick sauce and awesome as you stir it and be like, kick its ass. Oh, baby, we haven't even added the roasted yet, man. 6 more minutes. Oh, let's give these a mix. Excellent. Our nice big visual mushrooms. I mean, what else can you add to a homemade tomato sauce? You can add zucchini, add zucchini, add eggplant, add fresh dill. Just experiment with your tomato sauce. Just as I said, if you're gonna use onions and other veggies besides the tomatoes, cook them up first so they can infuse, and then add your tomatoes, and then you just gradually, slowly cook, let the tomatoes soften, and then you keep stirring and being all like violent with the tomatoes so they'll break up, and there you go. If you want to do all roasted tomatoes, do it. I would have done it, but I don't have a second. Well, you all don't give me money. I could easily have made all roasted tomato, but I don't have a big enough oven. So thanks for nothing. All right. 5 more minutes. As you can see, everything's liquefying. The tomatoes are losing their juices. They're mixing up with the mushroom. This is gonna be so freaking amazing. We're gonna go to 5 minutes right now. I'm excited. Ha! I lied! Forgot all about this wooden spoon, baby, which is broken, but it's here and it's working. We're less than a minute away from the roasted tomatoes, as you can see, frying up our ground beef. Now the thing with you don't have to use a wooden spoon, but it's more convenient because you use it to go like this with the tomato. Because as I said, as the tomato cooks and the skin softens, you just go like this just to crush it, and that releases some thickness and some more juices to it. But of course, if I put mushrooms in here, so it's going to be probably a bit liquidy, which is fine because I wanted to use mushrooms. Shut up. But our tomato paste is going to help thicken it. So, let's give these one last little mix. There we go. All right. Now I roasted these. Shut up. Bloody hell. Now I roasted these tomatoes for 30 minutes. You can roast them longer if you want. I chose 30 because why not? Give this another mix up. I've lowered the heat for here to 3 out of 8. There we go. Let's get our roasty tomatoes. Oh yeah. Let's just look at them for a sec as my hand shakes. They got that nice golden yellow coating on the top. The smell of salt and pepper. Excellent. Put them over here. Turn the light off on the oven. Give this another stir before we add our tomatoes. Now this is just 1 pound of ground beef. I could have used more, but didn't want it to overtake everything. But you have to add some manliness. I am a man. There we go. You can, of course, if you don't want to use ground beef, use ground pork, use ground chicken, use ground turkey. Use a combination of everything. Bloody hell. Use bacon. Bloody hell. All right. Let's give it another stir. Plus with some, there we go, a little bit of squashing. Don't want to do it too loud because God forbid I bang too loud and irritate the person below me. Isn't that right, asshole above me? Yeah, exactly. All right. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna add our roasties. Here we go. I really need to get another duck mitten, man. Get in there, baby. All right. Yeah, baby. Oh, look at that, man. Even the tray. The wire tray wants to go. The rack. There we go. Get some of that olive oil juice and salt and pepper there. All right. I meant to do that. What do I always say? You don't make a mess, you're a miserable failure in your cooking. All right. Before we start with our tomatoes back again, let's continue with our beef. I love it. Didn't season the beef. The beef is going to join everything and be seasoned in there, baby. You don't even have to add oil when you're cooking ground beef because it has grease and fats in it on its own. It creates its own, there we go, its own oil. All right, now let's give them, see, you just go like this, you just squash, you crush, you crush. If you want to use a potato masher, use a tomato masher. I like using a wooden spoon. You crush, like crush power. Yeah. All right, you see, I like seeing in my pasta sauce, I like seeing pieces of tomato skin, so that's why we're not gonna try to over crush. Oh my God. It's gonna be so awesome. It already is so awesome. And as I say, you can just eat it as is. A nice, healthy, thick tomato soup, baby, or vegetable soup. There we go. Give this another mix, because we're gonna add, all right, we're gonna add our tomato paste. There we go. All right, let's turn off the heat here, put that here. Oh my God, everything smells so freaking good. I'm cooking this on Good Friday 2021, by the way. And what a Good Friday it is. Oh man. All right. Now, we're gonna add our 2 cans of tomato paste. This is gonna add more tomato flavor and thickness to our sauce. You can use as much or as little or not at all if you want. There we go. They sell them in bigger cans than this, but I bought 2 cans this size because they were only 89 cents each, whereas the bigger cans were like $3.99. So like, nice try, market across the street. You ain't fooling me. I'm the king. All right, that's 1. And here's 2. Oh, excellent. There we go. Oh my God, there we go. Give it a mix. Add an even more vibrant red color to it, as well as some thickness and tomatoey flavor. Good Lord, I just want to smash my face into here. Oh my God, good Lord. Oh yeah. Other vegetables you can add green pepper to this. Just add color. I chose red and yellow because I chose red and yellow, and roasted them because I am the king. Good Lord, this is now thickening and being super freaking awesome. All right, more stirring, more crushing. Let's now add our ground beef. There we go. Why? Because that's what men do. They eat dead animal flesh, cooked to perfection. Excellent, get in there. There we go. Mix it up in there. Oh, man. And when we're done with this part, we're gonna add our fresh basil. We're gonna chop it first. We're gonna add a little bit of, well, we'll add the salt after. When we salt it to taste, we're also gonna add a little tablespoon or, oh man, this is amazing. About a tablespoon of, dry oregano. Oh my God, and a couple bay leaves. Oh, see, it's nice and thickened now. Good Lord. Oh, I'm the best in the round. I'm just so freaking awesome. Oh, good Lord. You see everything. I love seeing it. Great. We're also gonna add our red wine. We're gonna do it by eye. Let's add about half a cup. There we go. Because I don't drink red wine, I only cook with it. Oh God. I don't know how people can drink this shit. For real, I don't get it, but what you gonna do? There we go. You don't have to use red wine. Well, you know what? I'm gonna identify as Italian today. So a lot of people they like to use the red wine in their tomato sauce, you know what I mean? Yeah. Rocky Balboa. Give that a mix up. Praise the food gods here on Good Friday. As Toronto guy cooks up a storm. Seriously, you can just eat this as is. It's all vegetables anyway. Power is in here. This is just a big pot of power. A big POP, baby. All right, got our bay leaves. Get in, hey, nice try. You're going in there. Here's our fresh basil. Already washed. We're gonna chop it up now real quick with my mezzaluna knife. Very convenient if you like to use fresh herbs in your cooking. Get one of these. They're very cheap, about 10 bucks, and they're amazing. They help the chopping process go quickly. It's like milking a cow, or if you have 2 dicks, milking your 2 dicks. And there's our fresh basil, all mezzaluna chopped, into our homemade pasta on this homemade episode of Toronto Guy Cooks. Very good. Let's add our oregano. There you go, let's do it by eye. There, about a tablespoon. There we go. Let's see what else can I add. I have so much spices, man, but I don't want to over spice it. Let's add just a pinch of heat. Or just a pinch. A pinch of red pepper flakes. There we go. A pinch or 2 or 3. There we go. Remember, as I said, you just add what you want. The main thing is the base with the veggies. You cook the veggies first, and then you add the tomatoes, and then you go from there and what to do and be creative and add your own stuff. Oh my God. Now the color is even more amazing as we've got some green in there, fresh basil, a couple of bay leaves. Oh my God. All I've had for consumption today is a glass of water, and I'm dying right now. Oh my God. So we give this a stir. Oh man. It's nice and thick. We're not ready yet. Obviously, we haven't cooked any pasta yet. Now, because I want it to thicken a little more, we're gonna leave it uncovered, let some of the moisture escape. While we do that, I'm gonna clean this up a bit, cook up our pasta, and we'll be back when our pasta's ready. All right, echo, echo, stop, 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 stop. All right, all right. That's right. Paradise City by Guns N' Roses is a classic. All right, oh my God. Okay, so it's been since we last went like this. It's been probably about 15 minutes as I cleaned up, did dishes. Cooking this is about almost done. Turn the heat off on the pasta. Use the spoon to like crush against the side to separate the remaining tomato flesh from the skin. So now we've got a bunch of tomato skins all in here with the mushrooms and the garlic and the ground beef and the onion and oh my God, the fresh basil, the oregano. Good Lord, I'm the best. All right, there we go. Our pasta's been pasta-ing for about 9 minutes. That's roughly the good time for you cheap, dry pasta people like me. There we go, let's take it off. Careful, man, this has got oil in the water, damn it. All right, I mean, I don't want to be too perfect to the point where I blow myself up. All right, let's drain our pasta. All right, there you go, set it over there. Let it just chill for a little bit. As we stir up one last time our, oh good Lord, our homemade tomato sauce. And as I said, you can eat this as is, as an amazing thick tomato stew. Bloody hell, let's give it a taste before we salt to taste. Oh man, oh I love seeing the tomato skins in here, I love it. Oh. Oh. Let's enhance it just a little. Good Lord. There we go. You know, let's add some pepper too, because why not? There you go. A little bit of pepper. A little more. There we go. Get a nice mix up. Let the salt take the flavor that's already awesome and just amplify it like it got a friggin' boob job or something. Ooh, baby. Oh, seriously, man, I love looking at this, seeing the tomato skins and the little itty bitty white tomato seeds. It's just such color and awesomeness. I feel like my nose has been broken with punched in the face flavor. So great, so homemade, so Toronto guy. That's right, you missed out, ladies. This is what you could have had here on Good Friday, but nope, instead, you're all probably going to Popeye's Chicken, maybe McDonald's, maybe even going to the convenience store to buy a bag of chips. Oh well. All right, now let's give it a, man. Okay, get some sauce on there, there we go. You should all be giving me money right now. That is excellent as usual. All right, let's bowl it. It'll get in here. It needs our big honky bowl. Give me my ladle. All right, let's get some of our chunky, amazing. See, some people would like take the seeds out of their tomatoes, man. It's optional. There's nothing wrong with eating the seeds, but I like them in there because the more visual, the more I like it. I'm a visual guy. That's right, let's get some of our chunky tomato and marshmallow mushroom pieces. There we go, there's some. All we need now is some fresh grated Parmesan. It's too bad I didn't get any. But they don't sell Parmesan, fresh Parmesan across the street. They don't even sell the powdered stuff. Damn it, you Asian market people. All right. You're all selfish with your money. That's why this doesn't look to you as awesome as it looks to me because of the lighting here. Let's take a picture and insert it right here. And there you have it, kids, an amazing homemade tomato sauce. As I said, very basic. Get your veggies, fry them up first so they can infuse, then add your tomatoes. Go be creative, add your seasonings, have a good old time. As I look over at my bowl, we'll see you next time as we get closer to 100. More suggestions, please. And we'll see you then. Have a lovely homemade day.